surprise of the NFL weekend for y'all?
I don't know, man. It's like Cowboys putting up 40 on the Giants last night, prime time. Like, yeah, they're known to have a strong offense in the regular season. They're known to have a turnover machine of a defense, but I don't know if it was the Cowboys putting up 40 or the Giants scoring 0. If that's how surprising that is.
I think we're looking at a situation where the Cowboys aren't as good as we think and the Giants aren't as bad as we think. Like, it's somewhere in the middle. Like, a fucking terrible game about the Giants. A terrible game.
The Cowboys, man, they were playing some complimentary ball. Like, that defense was
they scored in all 3 phases.
Yeah, man.
I mean, if you have 14 points through your defense and your special teams,
like, you're living good.
You're living good. And obviously, we talk about the turnover margin all again, when we'll talk about that a lot when we get to college football. But the turnover margin, if you have, like, I think it's like, if you're -2, like, you have like a 75% chance of losing the game. And if you get to -3 or more, you get in the 80s and 90%. And they were, I think, Cowboys were +3 in turnover margin. Giants were -3. And it's just like, dog, like, you're not going to win games. Same thing with the Titans, which shows how good our defense is. 3 picks. I think, did we have any turnovers?
I don't know if there were fumbles.
I can't remember either.
We almost had 4 picks. Actually, we almost had 5 picks.
Yeah, like if you're looking at the Saints, they didn't play very well either. They had like one or 2 plays where Carr did a good job of getting it out towards the sidelines on a deeper ball when he took that hit from Al-Shir, like who's a great football player, does a boneheaded play, by the way. You never go to the head or neck area when the quarterback's outside the pocket. We all know where to go. Where do you go, Willie?
You go through the middle.
You go low.
You go through.
But I think the biggest surprise to me, yesterday, 2 teams, the Browns and then the 49ers.
Yeah.
Like, we knew the 49ers were good.
The Niners surprising?
I think that kind of domination against Mike Tomlin team in Heinz Stadium is extremely surprising, because everybody in the entire world, that was kind of universally the mainstream media's upset of the week, as we're looking at the Steelers year 2 for the quarterback and the wide receiver. Everyone's kind of like, oh, these guys, this is going to be the year for them. And then Niners coming in like that, like traveling across the country, playing that type of a game where it's like sound football all around. Brock Purdy, who I've heard from multiple sources in the NFL, the guy's not as good as people think they are. And then they fucking go and do that. I think they're definitely up there as like one of the biggest surprises of the week. And then obviously the reason why the Niners edge out the Browns for me is like, it seems, and we should have noticed, and we should have talked about this in the S&P 500, but it seems like the Browns have had Joe Burrow's number the entire time he's been leading. I don't think he's beaten Joe Burrow, and Joe Burrow's beaten him once.
Yeah, but that much control in the game, I think the Browns coming out and playing that way and getting a win that big in Cleveland, I think is a big win for Cleveland.
Look at the contrast too between how the media went. The last 5 years, we're looking at the Cleveland Browns have won the Super Bowl in the offseason, and now no one talks about the Browns at all this entire offseason, and they still got studs over there, and they've been quietly in the lab. There was a team, you said it on S&P, Tampa Bay. You said everyone's kind of counting them out, and look what they did against the Vikings.
That bummed me out.
That's probably one of the more exciting things that happened too.
Yeah,
Tampa getting a win at Minnesota.
What's the theme though? What's the common theme of all this? Turnovers. Like, the turnover game is going to absolutely kill you. Kirk had 3 himself or 2?
Something like that.
The Vikings had 2 or 3.
It was tough to see the boys go down like that against Tampa. Maybe my biggest surprise of the week is Chiefs shit in the bed.
No,
that's shitting the bed and losing the game.
But that's something. That's a contradictory surprise, because you called it.
Yeah, but we can't double down right here and talk about it even more.
You just want to fucking kick them all down. I will say, dude, that was fucking wild. I was just thinking, like,
but you were saying, you already said that.
You were saying all week how they're going to lose. You're like, biggest surprise of the week? My pick going through. Dude.
That's funny.
Hey, I don't want to bandwagon with you, but I feel like the Jags are going to start 2-0.
Hey, Chiefs, I said they have a chance to start 1-5 or 1-4 in the first 5. That's going off of an 0-2 start, and they're playing a tough Jags team. I think even the Colts played solid. Like, the Colts played tough football.
Colts played their best game they played this year.
You think it's only downhill from there?
Dude, Anthony Richardson already got hurt. He already got hurt. They were running him a lot. Like, he got
Is he going to be out though? Like, is he hurt?
His touchdowns came from like a 5-yard run and a screen that happened. He, a well blocked screen. So I just don't see. I don't see the Colts like sustaining a good season. I think based on what we saw yesterday,
fair,
Anthony
fair,
Richardson
that's
is
fair.
going to get hurt. I hate saying that out loud. See, a knee injury too. And it's
I
like,
think what you
damn.
see too, if he is healthy, like
Oh, they got a shot if he's healthy.
the way they were using him around the goal line, it just reminds you of kind of that Cam Newton style.
Yeah, that Cam
He's
Newton.
gonna get you, put the ball in his hands.
Yeah, like he looks like a more durable Lamar Jackson when he's played one game, and it's good that they say, yeah, he should be all right. Everything should be all right.
Quarterbacks, like it happened with Bryce Young coming out of the gate. He throws a pick, I think, on the first or second series. Like as good as the rookies can perform as a QB, like the one thing you're gonna notice is them staring down where they're gonna go with the football.
Yeah.
Because Bryce had a good throw, but literally he just takes the safety right to him. Like those are the things that, those rookie cues. That's why I feel like Anthony did well. I mean, 24 of 37 for 223.
Yeah, no, that's impressive. Now,
Just for week one, again, week one.
and that's where, Chet Savage had a good comment about this when he was talking about the Atlanta Falcons versus the Carolina Panthers is with a rookie quarterback, you just never know what's actually going to happen. And that's why when we picked the Falcons at -3.5, it played in a big way. And you see it. And that's because, like you said, rookie quarterbacks stare down the people they're throwing it to because they're so worried. They've digested so much new information between May to now. Like they have this play call. It's a paragraph long that they have to memorize. That gets called in the earpiece, and they have to say it. They have to know where the blitz is coming. If there is a blitz, what's the protection? He's looking at the wide receivers. He's got to know those 4 routes and the coverage on top of it, and he's got to know the skill set of the defense of the DBs behind. Because sometimes there's that dog Jalen Ramsey type of DB. It's like I'm not going to throw it there. This might be my number one look, but I'm not going to go there. I might look over there and throw it out over to my left.
They might even know all of that information that you just laid out very well, by the way.
Thank you.
What can go on in a rookie quarterback's mind? They can even be on top of all of it and be like, right before the play because they know where they're going with the football, and they'll be doing it the entire play and just bring somebody over. It's like, oh shit, this is the league. It's a little bit different.
Yeah, and the processing of information has to be so much quicker than it was in college.
Right.
Especially a guy like Bryce Young who came from, a college that just had a fucking bunch of aliens on there, dude. Where you're like, you have so much
better
talent.
than every team on the field.
Yeah, you're better.
Almost.
You're across the board better than every team on the field.
Yeah.
Like better at every position. And so it's a game changer when the skill sets are they've been leveled out. They've been absolutely leveled out. But I think Bryce Young's gonna be a good ball player. I think we saw what's very common for number 1 overall picks, like all that hype and then not really doing it. Dude, somebody that literally lived up to the hype, Bijan Robinson. Fuck,
No,
dude. And I got to bend the knee there because I was like, I thought he was going to be the guy that Bryce Young ended up being, where it was like, hey, everyone was talking about Bijan. That's the dude. Dog, he's a stud.
He's a stud. Bijan's a stud.
stud.
And Atlanta, they're going to be tough, man. It's interesting.
They
too,
are.
that Tampa gets a win. So right now they're sitting at 1-0. And listen, I know that it's week 1, but it's fun playing kind of those games. Like, also, when we were on the Pro Football Show, Big Cat was talking that the AFC North is better than the NFC North. I disagree. Steelers, Browns, Bengals, Ravens, Lions.
I don't think he
Lions,
said that.
Packers. No, he said
You said
one of the better divisions in the league. He said they're not even top 3.
That was a play.
He said they're not even top 3.
The AFC North?
He said AFC East, AFC North, and NFC East, I believe.
Yeah, but what about the AFC West as well?
But all I'm saying is
Literally the top
I'm saying the NFC North is a tough division. Like the Bears are the only bad team in that division.
NFC North.
Yeah, NFC North. What did I say? AFC North?
Yeah, you said
Yeah,
AFC
NFC North.
You said
Packers,
AFC
Lions, Vikings will get back on track.
Yeah, I think it's too early to. I understand why Big Cat said that because like Packers do have a new quarterback. Jordan Love did play his ass off yesterday and in a big win. And it seems like if we're overreacting from the
That could
negative,
be the surprise coming out of week 1 is
Yeah.
how well the Packers played.
and it really is one of those things where like it seems like the Packers have once again done it. Like they're going to have another 15 years with a quarterback that is an absolute stud. But that's also overreacting from a different way that we just did with all the negative. Positive Jordan Love. Everyone gets to overreact and calls him the greatest of all time. You know, he's going to run into a couple of issues this year too. I'm still with Big Cat with the NFC North.
I'm not saying
I know that
I'm not
that was
greatest of all time. I'm just thinking like the Packers are that breath of fresh air without 12 being in that building. Not saying he was like a cancer, but now that they can operate with Jordan Love, knowing he's the guy, I think they fucking played a hell of a game.
But I think
Bears look abysmal though.
Bears
not-
are
it's
not
not.
going to win a whole lot of games this year.
That's not what you
Vikings,
want.
Lions. It's still going to go. Fuck. I mean, I know I picked the Vikings to win the division, but Lions are dogs. Lions are just a well-coached team too.
In week 1, don't let week 1 lie.
I
Week 1
know.
lie to
Yeah,
you.
I'm not going to change nothing, but Bears are definitely getting fourth in that division.
Rams played well. Seahawks did not play that well. You look at that Rams football team, they played well going into Seattle, especially with all the question marks that everyone's saying that they had going into it. They controlled 2.5 quarters of that football game. From the end of the second quarter going into the second half, they completely dominated the second half, won on third down a lot, but they played like good complementary football, the entire second half. Like they were a tough team yesterday. Stafford showing that, he's not dead yet. He's not dead. You
He's
can't
not
kill him.
dead yet.
But I
Yeah.
thought that they played well.